Why does manifesting bring up shadows and unpleasant emotions so often? Why do I feel like crap after affirming or changing my story or my identity? What is going on? 3 words for you. The ego death. And before you spiral into endless doing and manifestation techniques to combat that feeling, let me remind you that the universe doesn't really need your help to help you. If you've been wondering why your manifestation journey feels like an emotional roller coaster, stick around because I'm about to give you the real tea on what's actually happening and why it's actually a good sign of emotional mastery. Stay until the end because I will also share tips that will become your survival guide. So grab your hot or cold beverage. I'm enjoying my peppermint tea and let's get started. Hi, I'm Marta and welcome to my channel. To work with me or get some of my free resources, check the description box below. So here is the hard truth. You found out about manifesting because you want the stuff, the car, the relationship, the money, the dream life. But what you didn't realize was that you've entered an involuntary therapy session you've been postponing for years and maybe even decades. A need to consciously manifest comes from desires, and desires are here to reveal something about ourselves that's been hidden for a long time. They bring up more anxiety in manifesting that you probably expected to deal with. And that's why people say that desires are a part of you. So buckle up. The best is yet to come and you will never be the same again. But I promise that the change is for the best. So think of it this way. You came for the material stuff, but the universe said, hold up, let's heal some of this trauma here first to have the capacity for actual good stuff in our life. Meet your inner resistance. Your ego has this little army of shadows living in your subconscious. These were created because at some point your survival seemed to be in jeopardy. Even if to us right now it looks like overreaction, from this time perspective, it probably wasn't at the time. And all these shadows, they also hold some of your energy that is going to be released when we set them free, giving you more energy for the things that actually matter in your life. And what about these survival mechanisms that were formed to protect you? They now make it harder to manifest the life you love. They make it a little bit harder to imagine being worthy of love from your person and making that mountain of money while you sleep instead of through hard work. In other words, these beliefs and assumptions were formed and they now define your experience. They no longer serve you, and it's time to dissect them and kiss them goodbye. Here's what's really happening when you affirm and change that identity. All those contrary identities still living within you feel the withdrawal of your energy and are literally threatened. They are going to die, so they fight for their life, quite literally. And they come to the surface to make the noise and get the energy back when you react and spiral. But this resistance and doubt aren't signs that you're doing something wrong. It's proof that you're doing everything right, all according to the schedule. So the more you became aware of your body, emotions, mental state, and the world around you, the more shadows will come to the surface. They can't stay hidden anymore as the light increases. And the light comes in when your awareness increases on 3 different planes. So the first plane is the physical one, the dense reality we live in as humans. The second one is mental. And you discover it when you recognize the patterns and mechanisms in yourself and other people in your life. And the third one is the spiritual one, the one that we have the most difficult access to as human beings. And you discover it by understanding who you truly are, the I am, and seeing this human character from the observer perspective, the true you, the I am. And needless to say that our senses that serve us to see the world around us are absolutely blind and don't see much beyond this physical plane. They're not doing a perfect job at that either. So never treat what you see as absolute facts. Imagine how much you don't see on the other infinite planes, because everything exists at the same time. And as you level up, more stuff gets exposed. It's like cleaning your house with better lighting. Suddenly you see more dust that you never noticed before. I also have a video about the signs that your awareness is increasing, and you can watch it here. I also encourage you to join hundreds of others and take the quiz that reveals what's secretly blocking your manifestation. So comment, I want to take the quiz, and I'll provide you with the link to this quiz. When doubt comes in and you have an emotional purge, here is what you do. Are you ready? Okay, nothing. You're doing nothing. I know you're probably underwhelmed because maybe you expected some sort of technique that makes it all disappear. Although I also have that too. I call it the Patronus charm, and it's going to be linked somewhere here. You've been placed in this body for this human experience without being asked. So now claim your right and what was promised, that the superconscious is going to take care of you. You just surrender. Let go of the steering wheel and see what happens. But this is the real tangible work, this self-discovery, not the over-promising results you see everywhere. Because you know why these other videos go viral? Because people who tried 1,000 of different techniques go for that clickbait title, hoping that this will finally help them. But they avoid the real work that way. It's the way to avoid what's within, and it gives you a false sense of accomplishment. So think about that next time you see some sort of over-promising title. And it's okay to be curious, but be critical and always question your intention. Why do I click stuff like that? Staying idle only feels uncomfortable for a while, which is just a temporary feeling, right? And it passes. What you gain is a friend for life. You. We resist it so much because it feels uncomfortable, but it's not dangerous at all. The ego just convinces us that it's too vulnerable to feel and it's threatening to our existence, but that's the point. You're not the ego. And when you realize that and allow yourself to feel, the ego just loses its ground. You see, the ego is a bit of a drama queen because it knows its days are numbered, because it literally operates only on illusions, and these cannot last forever. Your desires are here to teach you something you haven't approached yet. They achieve this goal sooner or later. So in that process of doing absolutely nothing, allow yourself to feel what comes up. Even if it's something you thought you've dealt with already and you thought that was past you. It clearly isn't, so accept it. Don't resist it and don't fool yourself. Accept it's still here. Feel and wait for further instructions. So here is your practical roadmap. First, stop consuming content. Let the shadows come up and sit with them for real this time. You know enough, so start feeling. What you feel when you cease consuming all the content is what was always here in the background, running the show. But it was just obscured by the false sense of accomplishment that learning about stuffs gives us. Sitting with it and releasing it is the real work that you came here for, that you watched all this content for in the first place, to actually then go and start experiencing it yourself. Don't get hypersensitive to every negative thought or emotion. Let them flow through you. Not everything has a meaning. You will manifest with them there as well. So don't worry. Let them be and let go. No more spiritual bypassing. Stop crossing your own boundaries in the name of the good vibes only. The more you overlook what is, the longer it's going to be there as part of you. And you are going to only fool yourself, no one else, prolonging this process. So always be honest with yourself about what you feel. Trust in your subconscious. It has infinite intelligence and it has a plan for you. You don't micromanage when you have an injury, you just let your body heal, right? It's the same intelligence when it comes to your thoughts and the inner healing. So let it do its thing. And when you're feeling down, increase your vibrations, as in the video about the manifestation Patronus charm, as I call it. The link is here. Accept what comes up, not because you want it gone, but because acceptance is literally the only thing that will set you free. We only suffer because we resist what is here and now, and we are also attached to it. But remember that your senses are very limited, so don't believe everything you see. Meditate, rest, and sleep. Rest in awareness, which I also have a guide for. It's going to be linked here. You can also do the I am meditation. It's one of my favorite too. This is going to cause the ego backlash because the ego is losing its ground, crumbling with each practice. So remember to hydrate, rest, and let the subconscious do its thing for you. If you need help with any of these, you can work with me in coaching, and the links are, of course, in the description below. So remember, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Your heart's electromagnetic field is much more powerful than the one of your brains. And the heart reacts first, even before we can form logical words and react in a logical way. So use your body to understand what feels real and what feels untrue. The information is all there in your body because it's going to tell you, it's going to show you the resistance. It's going to manifest as some sensation in your body. It always does. It gets better and less chaotic every time you go through something like this. This process isn't a punishment. It's your initiation into who you really are, or more like remembering who you've always been, but forgot. Only the divine mind, the infinite spirit, source, God, the universe manifests through you. But it has to go through you to materialize what is rightfully yours. And that means healing what's in the way, what's blocking it. So remember that feeling is healing. And you're exactly where you need to be. We don't heal to better handle the triggers, but to increase the capacity for good to come into our life without sabotage this time. You've got this. Thank you very much for watching. I know that this video will be helpful, but if you still have some questions, then of course let me know in the comments. And tell me, what do you struggle with the most when your ego is dying? What is your experience with this? Links to my weekly newsletter, Self-Love Letter, free resources and ways to work with me are all in the description box below. To take my free quiz and get your customized tips on manifesting blogs based on your results, comment below I want to take the quiz and I'll provide it to you. These are the videos that YouTube think that you should watch next. And remember, you are brave, you are loved. Be kind to yourself. Bye now.